Hey, y'all know how they say in the Bible, Adam and Eve, when they got kicked out the garden and they sons end up having wives, and people like, man, where the other people came from? I'm finna tell you where they came from. Hey, you know how you read the first book and it talk about the history of the creation, the first day and always, to the seventh day before when you go to the second verse, just talk about the seventh day. But in this, basically, God, formed everything the first day, the second day, the third day, and all that. All right, keep in mind, we're going to fast forward. All right, now when you see this, it say, thus the heaven and the earth and all the hosts of them was finished. And on the seventh day, God in his work, which he has done. You know what I'm saying? It's basically telling you how he finished everything, right? Now you go right here. It say, this is the history of the heavens and the earth when they was created. And then the day that the Lord God made the earth and the heaven. Before any plants of the field was on the earth, and before any herbs of the field had grown, for Lord God had not caused it to rain on the earth. There was no rain to tilt the ground, but a mist went up from the earth and watered the whole face of the earth. Now you see that? Now, in the beginning of the book, right? It talk about, the first day, the second day, the third, and all that, right? And then when you go to the second chapter, the it talk about how he finished everything. I rest on the seventh day. Okay, he rest on the seventh day. Then it tell you keep on reading down, it's gonna tell you the history of the heavens and the earth, right? But look, before it went on the earth, it wasn't on the earth. It was just plain. So what day that was? That was the third day. That was the third day. Now look, by that being the third day, right? Then look, and then the Lord God formed men of the dust of the ground and breathed in his nostril breath of life, and the man became a living being. So God made Adam on the third day. So if you read, let's read on the third day. If you read it, said, then God said, let the water under the heaven be gathered together. And then to one place let the dry land appear, and it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and gathered together the water, and he called sea, and God saw that it was good. Then God said, let the earth bring forth grass, herb that yield seeds, and fruit trees that yield fruit according to this kind, and whose seed it is itself on the earth. And it was so. And then the earth brought forth grass, and the herb that yield seed according to this kind, and the tree that yield fruit, whose seed itself according to this kind. And God saw that it was good, and so the evening and the morning was the third day. So when God formed the earth, then and you read on the second verse, that's when he had to form Adam at the same time. God called. And he called. So on the third day he made Adam. Then he made Eve. Now we're gonna add where the other people was at. He told you. On the seventh day he made the other people. P game. God said, let us make men in our own image according to our likeness. Let them have dominance over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, and over the cattle over the earth, and over every creeping thing that creep on the earth. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God he created him, male and female, and he created them. Then God blessed them. And God said to them, be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth and to seduce it. So on the third day he made Adam and Eve. You feel me? And then on the seventh day he made male and female. You know what I'm saying? And he told them to do, multiply or whatever. Because he never told Adam and Eve to multiply. What they did was wrong, you know what I'm saying? He's trying to make them perfect in history. Because remember the generation of Christ. You know what I'm saying? King David, Solomon, it's a bloodline. So Adam and Eve finna be the bloodline. You see what I'm saying? The other people wasn't a bloodline. He just told them to multiply, you know what I'm saying, on the earth. So when they got kicked out the garden, that's how it came, you know what I'm saying, his, you know what I'm saying, his sons and all. That's how they end up getting the wives or whatever, because there was other people out there already. You know what I'm saying? It's not hard. I made it all hard. I had to break it down. I'm looking like, hold on. Key words before these little words, I'll be skipping over. It means something. Then God basically was like giving a backtrack. You know what I'm saying? That heaven and earth. And then when you go down, he said this is the history of the heaven and earth. Then he let you know, like, as he was doing that, he also made Adam and Eve and the other people. Come on, man. Y'all making it hard.